Welcome back, Gaming with King family, to another NASCAR Manager video. Today we're going to be looking at our race strategy that we've been using here in NASCAR Manager. All right, so we have stuck in Series 1. We just need one more race to move up to Series 2, so we're going to be doing that now. We have some gems here that we'll be using to buy some crates later down in the video. I think I'm going to be buying the crates when I'm at Series 2. Series 1 doesn't seem very interesting to get some crates. We only have commons and we have one rare in Series 1. So Series 2 is where we start to see those rare parts and those epic parts mainly. So we're going to be buying some crates in Series 2 instead of buying them in Series 1. Alright, so we're going to be jumping in to a NASCAR race strategy here that we have been using to do pretty well in NASCAR racing. All right, so I'm going to basically explain my strategy for you guys, and hopefully you guys have been using a pretty good strategy. If not, then this strategy is going to be pretty good for you. Also, we've started our club gaming GWK racing. So if you want to join our club, it's currently open at the moment. So if you want to join, you can just search up GWK Racing and you'll see the club and you can join in from there. All right, so let's jump on into one race here where we'll be discussing our race strategy and how we have been getting some awesome races with this strategy. Let's go. We'll also be sharing some tips and tricks that we've learned so far just by playing a few races in the game. All right. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to Daytona, Florida for our first race. Let's get it. We're just going to be doing one race anyways to share the strategy. Alright. So NASCAR racing, it's all about drifting and finding the right slipstream to get the overtakes done. Alright. We also have boosts in the game. There we go. There are some of the boosts. We're not going to be using any boosts. We're going to be using our two drivers. Another thing, the first thing that I found, the best driver to use in the game are drivers with good fuel. Alright, so right now, in this stage of the game, the drivers with the better fuel management is the best drivers to use in the game. You don't really need to start off boosting, as you're already going to be in a slipstream. Alright, so all you got to do is just allow your drivers to stick with the slipstream. When you see one moves out into clean air, that's when you want to use the boost. Now you see P23 there kind of pushed in on P24, and that caused damage to both of them car. Whenever your car slams into the back of another car, that's going to be causing you damage to your reliability. If your car doesn't slams into any car, you won't have any damage to your reliability. So you don't want to go down on a car on a jam in red speed. If you're going to be going down into a jam, don't be on red speed, or else you're going to slam into the car and you're going to lose reliability. All right, so there is the opening on the outside line, but our drivers are not taking it. We're going to go to pit now. First lap, we're going to change tire and fuel, and go into pit for tire and fuel. Our drivers are holding in the inside line, so they're stuck on P23. So we're not going to be pushing them any at all. Don't need to push them. All they're going to be doing is slamming up and losing reliability. Now we're going to be boosting them into pit. Now each driver has their own pit box in GT Manager, in NASCAR Manager. Each driver have their own pit box, so you basically don't stock in NASCAR Manager because each driver has their individual pit box, so you could go in and get out really quick whenever you choose to. All right, so now we're going to be boosting to catch up. We have that inside line. We cut down real quick there so we don't slam and don't lose any reliability, because both drivers are behind that car in P22 there. All right, so if one of our drivers should move now to the outside line, which they didn't, we would have been good to pick up some places there, but the inside line is being blocked by two cars, and as you can see, they're holding up the inside line. All right, so no worries. we're going to be going back to pit. We don't want to slam. Remember, we're going to be going back to pit. We're only going to change fuel. This time we didn't damage our car, so we don't need to service, and we have good enough tires to make it round to the finish. Now we're going to be only changing fuel on this lap. All right, so we're just maintaining our cars. Yeah, there you see the rival has made up a lot of places. He's up there, but that's cool. We're going to be going into pit now. We're not slamming. And there we go. Pit stop nice and fast, and we're on our way out, and we got out back in P6 and P9. All right, so now we're out in clean air. We're just gonna manage, as you can see, where our drivers are basically defending their positions. And you see that green car there kind of went outside of the line to overtake, and we just boost up and blocked him. Now, because we're in the clean air, this car on the outside line, he's gonna take all of it. And there's nothing we could do too much to stop that. Then give some support, give our drivers a few boosts. We can't really block both sides unless we have both drivers on both sides. Oh, we slammed into the back of that car exiting the pit there, and as you can see, we took damage down to 62% reliability. And look at that, one of our drivers are up into P1, one of them is up into P6. Now the P1 driver, he's got to defend his position. Let's see if we can boost back in to P1 here. We want to watch that tire as we go to the finish line. Don't want to burn it. And look at P1. Oh, right there on the line, we got P1 secured, and P6 for second driver, just like that. Awesome driving, awesome racing. Now the key to this strategy and winning these races, so you can get those crates and get those high points, is basically in the pit box. You want to keep your racing clean. You don't want to have any dirty racing, slamming up in the cars, firing away with red speed here, slamming up in the back of the cars to damage your car. The more damage you put to the car is the more pit stop you're going to need to make, because you're going to need to change your stop for reliability change. And if you don't damage your car, you don't need to stop for a reliability change for the entire race. As you can see, the reliability stays fairly good throughout the entire race if you don't slam into the back of cars or slam up, firing boost down into pack of cars. As long as you are going to the pack on yellow speed, these drivers are going to be holding their distance. They're not going to be slamming into the back of cars. All right, so do note that there are also safety car in the game. I've personally seen a safety car already in the game in a race, which is epic. So yeah, unluckily I wasn't recording that point, so I could make a safety car video about that. But yeah, that's a simple race strategy that I use there in NASCAR Manager to get great finishes. So I know a lot of you guys are going to be using this strategy now to make the most of it, but good luck to you guys. Hopefully you're enjoying the game so far as we continue to play until the pre-release. Now look out for me. We're at Series 2. I'm going to be buying a host of legendary crates, 135 gems for one. I'm going to be buying a couple of those to see if I can level up some of these lower Series 2 drivers and parts. All right, so that's basically going to be it. Let me know down in the comments how you guys have been doing in your NASCAR racing NASCAR Manager journey, and use code word coins down below to let me know that you made it to this portion of the video. Really appreciate you guys for all your support. And remember, when you see that opening, your drivers go out into a slipstream. One thing I hope Utch would add at a later stage in the game is allowing you to switch your drivers to the inside line, to the middle, or to the extreme outside. That would be very good for you to have control over. So if you see a line farming on the inside, you can tell your driver switch to the outside. They switch to the outside, make use of all of that clean air and get those overtakes done. But let's see how it plays out in the later stages. All right, so that's basically gonna be it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Shout out Christopher Graves.
And they say if they If we'll only avoid any confrontation with the enemy, he'll forget his evil ways and learn to